Hi kiddos, we're going to do calendar together today. So let's get started. What do you notice that's different about our calendar today? We have a new name at the top of our calendar because today is the start of a new month. Do you know what this word says? This says October. Let's spell it together. O-C-T-O-B-E-R, October. Today is the first day of October. Can you find for me on our calendar the orange star? Here it is. The orange star is on the number 1 because today is the first day of October. All right, let's move on to today's date. Today's date is Thursday, October 1st, 2020. Can you say that for me? Great job. Now let's say it together. Today's date is Thursday, October 1st, 2020. All right, let's move on down to the green box. The green box says, today is. Can you remind me, what day is it today? Today is Thursday, so I'm going to put Thursday in the green box. All right, now I'm going to move up to the pink box. The pink box says, yesterday was. If today is Thursday, then that means that yesterday was Wednesday. So I'm going to put Wednesday in the pink box. All right, now I'm going to move down to the blue box. The blue box says tomorrow will be. If today is Thursday, then that means that tomorrow it's going to be Friday. So I'm going to put Friday in the blue box. All right, now I'm going to read it all together, and then I would love for you to read along with me. All right, so I start up at the pink box. Yesterday was Wednesday. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow will be Friday. All right, now let's read it together. Yesterday was Wednesday. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow will be Friday. Great job. Now let's move on to the weather report. The forecast for today is cloudy. So can you take a look for me outside and tell me, is it cloudy today? Now that you're back, we're going to take a look at the pink box. The pink box is our temperature, and the temperature for today is going to be 63 degrees. Whoa! Let's take a look at our red line and see how big it is today. Our red line is getting smaller by the day. So because it's getting smaller, that means that it's getting chilly outside. It's starting to get cold. All right, now let's move on to the weather graph. Because today is the start of a new month, we have a new weather graph to fill out. Can you remind me, what's the weather going to be today? It's going to be cloudy, so I'm going to put the yellow rectangle in the cloudy row. All right. In a few more days, after we've had a few more days of October, then we'll count to see which row we have had the most of in October. All right. Now we're going to move on to the number of days in school. Let me just move. Perfect. All right. So I have a question. Do you remember what we've been using to help us count the number of days in school? What is this called right here? This is called a 10 frame. Do you know why it's called a 10 frame? This is called a 10 frame because there are 10 spots to fill up in a 10 frame. So we've had many days of school, it's taking us a little bit longer to count all of the objects in the 10 frames. So today, I'm going to show you a quicker way to help us count the number of days in school. All right, this is really cool. So, in our first 10 frame, we have 10 orange stars. Just to double check, I'll count them, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 objects in one 10 frame. So to help us count a little bit quicker, I'm going to look to see how many 10 frames we've completely filled up so far. 1, 2, 3. So here's the cool part. I'm going to count by tens to help us count the number of days in school. So the first 10 frame, I get 10. Then I'm going to be adding the objects from the first 10 frame to the objects in the second 10 frame. And because I see that a second 10 frame is filled up, I know that I have 20 objects all together. So these blue boxes over here, they help us count by tens. So after counting the first 10 frame, 10. After counting the second 10 frame, 20 objects all together. After counting the objects in the third 10 frame, we will have 30 stars all together. And I'll show you just to make sure that what I'm saying is the truth. I promise it is. So the last number that I said was 10. So then the next number will be 11. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And now there's a number 20 over here. So after counting number 20, then this star will be number 21 because 21 comes after the number 20. And then I'll keep counting on from there. And I will show you that we have 30 stars all together. So this star will be number 21. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So after counting all of the stars in our filled up 10 frames, we have counted 30 objects. So if I just wanted to look at the blue squares to help me count quicker, I can see 10, 20, 30. Look at that. I just counted by tens. But in this fourth 10 frame, we have not filled it up yet. So after I finish counting by tens, then I will have to count by ones until we fill up the fourth 10 frame. So the last number that I said was 30. So then which number will I continue counting on from now? Which number comes after 30? 31. So this circle will be 31, and then I will keep counting on from there. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So because I counted 36 objects, that means that we have had 36 days of school so far. Now let's practice counting by tens and then by ones together. So remember, we're counting and adding the numbers in the blue boxes. So 10, 20, 30. And because we haven't filled up this 10 frame, now we're counting by ones. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Great job. Let's just practice that one more time. Counting by tens and then by ones. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Great job. I know that could be a little bit tricky when we're first learning how to count that way, but trust me, it's going to help us count a lot quicker. So before we move on to calendar, let's count after how many more days of school we need to have until we can fill up 4 10 frames. So we're going to count the blank spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So after 4 more days of school, then we will have filled up 4 10 frames. And that means that we will be able to count that day all by tens. How cool is that going to be? I'm super excited. So remember, when we're counting by tens, when we're counting our 10 frames by tens, we are looking at the number in the blue box. So 10, 20, 30. And because this 10 frame isn't filled up, we have to count by ones. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. All right. We'll definitely practice this more tomorrow and for other calendar days, maybe next week. All right, now let's move on to pattern work. We have a different type of pattern today. The blank spaces in these patterns are in a different space than what we've worked with before. I'm very excited to do this pattern together. So, let's say the numbers in the first pattern. Remember, when we get to a blank, we're going to cover our mouths like that. All right, let's read it. 5, 6, 5, 5. Which number do you think goes on this blank? Well, first, I'm going to look at what numbers are on both sides of the blank. 1, 5, and then I see sorry about that. And then I see another 5. So that means that this number is going to be in between 2 5s somewhere else in the pattern. So now I'm going to try and find that number. Oh. I see a number 6 in between 2 5s. Do you think that a number 6 goes on this blank? I think so. So I'm going to put number 6 on this blank. Let's read it all together. 5, 6, 5, 6, 5. Great job. Now let's move on to the next pattern. 3, 2, 3, 3. Which number do you think goes on this blank? Well, I see that on both sides of the blank, there's a number 3. So that means that this blank, the number that goes on this blank, will be in between 2 3s. So now I'm going to look. I see a number 2 in between two threes. Do you think that the number 2 could go on this blank? I think so. So I'm going to put a number 2 on this blank. All right, let's read it together. 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Great job. We just have our one pattern left. Let's say the pattern together. 4, 1, 4, blank, 4. Which number do you think goes on this blank? First, I'm going to look at which number is on both sides of the blank, and I see a number 4. So that means I'm going to look for a number that's in between two number 4s. Let's look. Ooh, I see a number 1 in between two number 4s. So should I put a number 1 on this blank? How does that look? I think we did an awesome job. Let's read it all together now. 4, 1, 4, 1, 4. Great job today, friends. Thank you so much for helping me with the calendar. I know that counting by tens and ones can seem a little tricky, but that's why we're going to keep practicing it. And in no time, you are going to be a pro at counting by tens. I promise. I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye!